Hey everyone, it's Griffin. I'm the owner of Jam Academy Music School, Spotlight Music Incorporated, and Rockinville Academy Online. Hey, so today I'm going to play a Christmas song for you. I'm going to teach you how to play this guy. It's an acoustic guitar arrangement of White Christmas by Irving Berlin. And it's a pretty cool song. It's not in a lot of songbooks because he published his music himself and didn't allow other publishing companies to publish it. At least that was true up to a point. I'm not sure if that's changed. But yeah, for a long time you had to buy music published by him in order to get printed music of his that was not illegal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this for you once, and then I'll go back through and I'll break everything down and show you what I did so that you can do it too. It's a really fun song. So without further ado, let's get going, right? So the song's in the key of G, and we'll do take one right now. And thanks for joining. Short, pretty sweet little arrangement. So yeah, I put that together for my students so that they'd have recital pieces to play that were kind of cooler than just, strumming along and saying, of a white, right? So I thought I would make it a little bit more interesting by decorating and putting the melody in there with the guitar. So let's go back to the beginning and break it down, and I'll show you the kind of the step-by-step of what I did and what you got to do to play the song. So to begin with, it's a G chord with one finger. So we're going to use the third finger to play the root note G on the low E string here. And I'll put a tab up for this. I'll see if I can put a tab together you can download. But meanwhile, at the same time that you play this low G, you're going to play the open B here. So two strings, one strum. So I'm using these two fingers here, the thumb and the third finger, to start that off. You could use the thumb, and basically you can use these two fingers. So that's not the index finger, it's the thumb and the second finger. And then the thumb again for this string. Okay, so open strings. So second finger, first finger, thumb. Second finger again, so like this. Alright, so then we add the C note here, the first finger of the first fret of the second string, and then release it again. And then we're going to grab this guy back here, this is the B flat, and it can sound a little sinister against that G, because we're typically in a G major, and that's the minor third, so it can sound a little dark. But it's a very cool passing tone in the piece. So far we've got this. Okay, nice. So when we play this B flat, we're also playing the G at the same time, so don't forget. Followed by the open B string again. So your ears don't like that noise, the B flat and the B. But it's a pretty cool tension and release. Then we're going to the A minor shape, and we're just going to break the chord into pieces again. So hitting the root note, the A, and with my second finger I'm hitting the first fret of the second string, the C. And then those two guys. Alright. Then I'm going to go to sort of a D-shaped chord, but at the first and second frets to D flat. And by moving it back up one fret, it becomes D, that you're probably more familiar with. Alright, so a couple little dark spots in the song, but they're really, really cool. So that first line, the first four measures. Pretty cool. Sometimes I'll play that chord again, passing to the C chord, but it can be a little abrupt. So for this lesson I left it out, but there it is in case you want to put it in. So it would sound like this, and then back in. Okay, so now that section. It's a C chord, and I kind of put emphasis on the high E string so I can hear the melody, which the melody's... Okay, so you kind of put emphasis on that note of the chord. Yeah, and then I pick it again, so I'm doing... I'm actually using the third finger twice in a row. And then I play with my index finger the second fret, the F sharp, on the high E string. And then the third fret of the high E string. So I have this. Meanwhile, as I'm fretting this note, I'm getting these two fingers in position. They're reaching out of the open position for a moment. So you'll have from this fingering shape, this position, to this one with the first finger at the third fret and your pinky at the fifth fret. All right. So I'll show you that again. So from the C chord. Alright, so it's kind of a big jump at first. You might have to do that move a few times, or even just this move. That's something I would have my students do, kind of hit that repetitively. Then right back to this guy, the third fret with the high G. And then the open D string and the F sharp. And then the open E string. And then landing again on the two notes of the G, the low G, the root, and then the D at the third fret of the second string. Cool, so that again, so here's those two measures, and then landing on the third of those three. Cool. From there, we have kind of some filler notes. So, just like the ones I used to know. No words there. May your days. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So there's some notes there that are playing separate from the melody. So you have to just keep those going. Alright, so one more time on those. So we landed on those two, the G and the D, and then open G, open D, and then back to the G and the D, back to the open B, open G, and then to the A, the second fret of the G string. Okay, cool. So that whole line. Okay, moving on to the third line, the ninth measure. Really easy. So root note G, the B string open, alternating with the G string open. So, right, notice I hit the bass string on 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that measure's a little different. That gets the melody back in there. So, may your days be merry and bright. That's what's going to happen. So, days be merry and bright. Lyrics are wrong, chords are right. So, C-shaped chord, right? And that's the C, the root, and the open G alternating to the E at the 2nd fret of the D string. So, and then really cool chord, the C minor 9 chord. Leave the root C there on the 3rd fret. Index finger, 1st finger, that's an E flat, and then open on the G, and then 3rd fret, the note D on the 2nd string. Really cool chord in this context. So, okay, and then we'll walk this D down one whole step to the C, and then we'll do what I consider the first ending of the piece, which is centered around the G and A minor and a D7 chord. So I'll show you those 4 measures. Back to the root note G. This is just like the beginning. Open G, or sorry, root note G and open B, open G, open D. Back to the B string. So, right to the A minor chord. Right, just like before. So open A, C on the 2nd fret of the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Sorry. So, melody notes there. Into the D7 chord. And that ends the first ending. So those 4 measures again. Cool. Then we circle all the way back around. Play the first 12 measures and then skip to this, which is the 2nd ending. So you would do the C minor 9 chord again. Okay, so E minor there. So from a G, 1 finger on the root only, G and B, alternating to the G, open E with the B and the G, A minor chord, really just the open A and the open E, and then landing on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string to play D7. So, alright, so that is the 2 open strings, open A and open E. 1st finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string. 3rd and 4th fingers, 5th frets of the the A and the G string. And then the 4th fret of the D string. Very cool. So, then followed by a G chord, open G, open D this time. Sorry, open G and open G, then to the D, then to the B, to G. So, A minor, D, one last G chord. Pretty good, right? Cool. Hey, I really hope that helps you get through this song. I think you can do this. It's not too hard. Even if you're newish at guitar, you can do this if you do it really, really slow. If you want, you can ask questions, post them in the comments down below. Definitely subscribe and +1 and thumbs up this and share it with your friends if you thought it was good and if you thought it was helpful. Otherwise, hope you have a happy holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm going to enjoy the solstice, and I'm looking forward to longer days in the springtime, which is right around the corner. So again, happy holidays to you and to all the people that you love, and thanks again for coming on here. I'm proud of you. You're going to do a good job, and you guys rock and roll.